JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 24th of January 2023. So yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation. It should not be considered as such and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, a quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course, our jfdbrokers.com website, which you can always check out for more information about us. So now then, guys, jumping into the charts, the first one I want to pick up here is Nikkei 225, and look at this beautiful move here. Look, everything worked out perfectly here because, look, previously I said that if we pop above the 26,620 territory, I'll go higher. My next target will be this 27,166, or even better, the 27,350. Well, we managed to reach that area because why? Because this is where I was saying that maybe a little holdup could occur because we have the 100 and the 200-day EMAs. Now, if those get cleared, certainly, yes, further acceleration to the upside could be possible, but at the moment I'm watching this carefully. Yes, we're seeing these kind of runaway gaps here right now. 1 and 2, maybe there's going to be a third one, but let's not underestimate the power of the EMAs here, the 100 and the 200. Let's see if we can get a little hold up or something like that. If we do, then maybe a bit of a retracement could be possible. But however, if we continue to push above some of these resistance barriers, like for example the 27,350 level, then yes, I will go further north. The S&P 500, so good performance here. Look, we managed to clear some of the key levels that I had here drawn previously. Look, I think that let me tidy up this chart a little bit. So first of all, we've popped above this 4,000 mark. That's great. I was talking a lot about this, and I said that if we clear it, if we clear this 3,990 territory as well, if we clear this, yeah, if we do that, then this opens the door towards higher levels. And so far I am yes, I am aiming for this territory, for this area right here, the 4,101. Could be a nice good target, but again, let's not rush into anything. Let's go slowly. We can get rid of this upside line, no longer needed. Yeah, so here in terms of the downside, I think this arrow has to go, but you know what? I think it might play out nicely. This level has to go for sure, no longer needed. This level can go as well, but I will mark the low of last week here. Yep, near the 3,885. This could be a good area to watch. So in terms of the downside, by the way, I think that maybe it's better to keep an eye on some of these upside lines here, but the first one is here, but the other one I think could be this one right here. So basically what it means that, look, if we break the upside line, I will consider a move lower towards this area first, towards this upside support line, taken from the low of the 22nd of December. And then we will go from there because we do have this area here, as I said, the 3,885, which could be a good one. However, again, like I said, all this is just in case of the downside scenario. Now, for now, we are aiming for the upside. We're aiming, yeah, for the upside. At the moment, the cash index is sitting at around 4,018 level. So, yep. If if we could continue to stay and trade above this psychological 4,000 mark, then yes, let's go to the upside towards that 4,101 level. Nasdaq 100. So good performance here, and this is where the excitement begins. So I talked about this, guys, and I said that, hey, if we do clear this downside line, this long-term downside resistance line taken from the high of the 28th of December, then we could go a little bit higher here. We could go towards that 200-day EMA or that 12,166. So yeah, if we continue to trade above this downside line, I will aim for this territory. I'm not aiming for anything higher than that for now, because I want to see how this is going to play out, but I'm only aiming for this 200-day EMA together with that 12,166 territory marked by the highest point of December for the downside. Now, for the downside, I would like to stick to my game plan, and I would like to wait for a drop below the 11,252 territory right here. And if we get a nice good drop below this, then yeah, I will go to the downside. The German index, DAX. So yeah, great rebound from that 23.6. I mean, I already mentioned that. So actually, I'm gonna remove the Fibonacci for now. I will focus on some of the key support and resistance levels. Now, for now, as you can clearly see this, I think yourselves, this is what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. The 14,906 territory for the downside, and for the upside, the 15,270 zone. So if we clear one of those levels, then yes, I will consider the next short-term directional move, and then we will go from there, guys. Until then, until we're here, I'm just observing the price action. Gold. Looking at gold, and we are having here a nice move here above this 1937 territory right now, so that's good for the bulls. If we stay above it, then yes, I will go further north towards that 1958 level, although my arrow is drawn above it. But actually, I am aiming for this level first, 1958, and then of course we have that psychological 2000 level that everybody's kind of maybe hoping to see a test of. But again, the market doesn't always do what we want it to do, so we will wait here and we'll go quite quietly, cautiously, carefully, yeah, and yeah, it's better this way, guys, rather than kind of, you know, trying to go for, rather than to have, you know, way too ambitious ideas here. Again, sometimes ambitious helps, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes ambitious kind of goes hand in hand with greed. So that's why, you know, you're just kind of take whatever you can, and yeah, you will be fine. In terms of the downside on gold, well, to be honest, I think that the easier option is to wait maybe for a drop somewhere below this 1921, something like that. If we do drop below it, then yes, I will consider a move a little bit lower here towards that 1897, something like that, or maybe even below that. But again, we need that good strong move here first to the downside, and then we could start considering a correction here to the downside. The reason why I'm saying correction, because we're still trading above this upside support line taken from the low of the 23rd of November, which means that any pullback, any throwback here can be classed as a temporary correction before another possible leg of buying. WTI oil, guys. So looking at the picture here, yes, this is where the holdup is happening right now. Look, I talked a lot about this in every one of my videos when I was covering, where I'm covering WTI oil, probably for the last kind of month. I keep on talking about the same level right here, this 82 zone. I need a clear break through it in order to go higher here. At the moment, I'm struggling with that. I'm struggling with that 100-day EMA as well. So yeah, I'm playing the waiting game, unfortunately. If you do like to trade this commodity, okay, great, guys, good for you. But at the moment, like I said, for me, it's a little bit on the tricky side. Although, yes, I am cautiously bullish, but only in the near term. As I already discussed this in one of my previous videos, I'm not really seeing go WTI oil as a huge gainer. Maybe it could, yeah, go rally somehow to that 100 level, depending on maybe there is something, you know, escalating further with maybe there is another conflict arising or something like that. Then yes, of course, oil could, you know, jump here, but eventually it will, you know, it will go down again. DXY, the dollar index. So yeah, okay, this one's just slowly grinding to the downside. So basically, we are having still our target as the 101.30. I'm still aiming for that, and to be honest, I'm not going to spend any more time talking about this because I'm kind of talking the same thing here, because again the target is the 101.30 and yeah, my upside scenario is from around here somewhere, from around that 103.45. BCH USD Bitcoin Cash, guys. So we're currently at an interesting spot. So we are getting a hold up near that 200-day EMA, which is roughly around that 136th zone. Look, if we clear it and we stay above it and we continue to trade above it, then yes, I'll go further north. My next target here is, as you can see probably already, this one right there, the 165 territory. And if we do clear, like I said, if we do stay above that 208 EMA, as I said, my next target is the 165 zone, and then I'll go from there. Now, jumping into a few pairs very quickly, guys. AUD so we rallied beautifully. Look at this move, guys. I mean, we moved nicely. We stayed above this downside line, this resistance barrier here, the 91 territory. We stayed above all that, and we pushed towards that 92 zone. This was my target, initial target. Now let's see if we can go for my other target where this arrow ends, the 93.35. So yeah, at the moment everything's looking quite interesting, quite positive. However, I don't want you to forget one thing that I keep on mentioning all the time. Whenever we break a downside line or an upside line, we kind of come back and test it from the other side. So yeah, if this, for example, kind of, let's say, drifts to the down, like corrects lower, don't be surprised, guys. First of all, let me get rid of this this circle. So if it does something like this, don't be surprised. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen exactly, but probably the way you can play this one out, for example, is try not to like gamble here and say, okay, this is, you know, what will happen, it will correct, and then I'll, you know, go up again. No, just wait and see. If we start breaking the 92 territory just straight away and we stay above it, then, well, I'll go higher straight away. But if we start correcting, we start maybe, you know, like trading around here, maybe oscillating around that 208 EMA, we shift back below it, and, you know, we retest that 91 zone. All this could, you know, give that indication that there is potential for maybe retracement here, maybe a test of this 91 territory, or maybe below it, the downside line, and then we could rebound and push back to the upside. If you're just not comfortable with that scenario, you can wait for a push above the 92 territory, and a break above it would confirm a forthcoming higher high. AUD USD, guys, looking at the picture here, we can see that, yeah, we have broken the upper side of this rising wedge, and again, you know, some of you might say that, hey, maybe, you know, this could be that rising wedge, or maybe this could be that rising wedge. If this is the case, then we are, you know, like already testing the upper side of it. Or if, let's say, if this was the one, then we have broken it. Again, this is all very, very subjective. So whatever kind of you're comfortable with, guys, you do that on your charts. This, what I'm drawing here, is just an indication, a rough indication of what could happen, because again, we constantly adjust things, and unfortunately the market constantly adjusts and forces us to adjust. So, you know, look, if this has not played out, I want to see if this is going to play out. So far, it seems to be the case. It is working out. But if this type of, let's say, this upper side here of this rising wedge is not going to work out, then maybe I'll redraw it this way again. So kind of, I'm going to go slowly on this. I'm going to just try to see where it could find that resistance. And in a way, this other one here could be quite logical, and this one, the top one, the last one, because we might pop above this 0.7063, because, by the way, this is my target for now, the 0.7063. We have cleared the psychological 0.70 zone, and now I'm aiming for that 0.7063. And I'm kind of thinking that, hey, it might actually go further, a little bit north, and this upper side of the rising wedge could, play out nicely here, and maybe it could provide that additional resistance. However, it's all still subjective. It's not really, very clear with the potential idea of a rising wedge. So the only thing which is clear right now, are the levels, the resistance and the support levels. So, for example, we cleared one resistance level, we're going higher, and that's what I'm going to stick to. I'm aiming to the upside, 0.7063. This is my next target, and I'm then going to take it from there. If we clear it, I'll go further north. For the downside, I would like to see, and this is where a few adjustments have to be made, I think, but I really like this level so much, but 0.6950, that I don't really want to get rid of it. In terms of the downside, I think maybe could be a trigger from around here, the 0.1719. If we do fall back below it, then yep, this is where maybe a bit of a retracement here could be possible. We could, consider a move lower towards this upside support line, or the lower side of the potential rising wedge idea. USD JPY, guys, this one's beautiful. I mean, honestly, this is getting a nice little hold up, a fantastic hold up here near this downside line. So the question here is, can we see another decline here? Well, look, at the moment, theoretically, yes, because the theory goes that if we continue to respect, let's say, a downside line or an upside line, the instrument could continue moving in that direction. So at the moment, yes, if we continue to hold below this downside line, another decline here could be possible, and we could go maybe towards this target, the current lowest point of January, near the 127.22, or even below that. USD CAD, guys, this one is breaking the 1.3357. Look, I talked about this level here. Yesterday we flirted with it a little bit, and we kind of pushed back up, but now we're trying to break it. So let's see if we can get that. If we can stay below this hurdle, below that 1.3357, if we can do that, then yes, I will go lower. I will go towards that 200-day EMA, and then we'll take it from there. GBP and ZD. So there we go. So if you remember, I talked a lot about this, and yesterday actually I even mentioned this. I said that, hey, we are getting that correction lower, we got that correction lower, and now we're back inside the falling channel. And remember previously, before we broke to the upside here, I said that, hey, we could go higher, but because we have these two EMAs, don't underestimate them, and that we could see, a similar story as with DXY. And there we go, we got that move back down, and we're now currently resting on this upside support line taken from the low of the 30th of December. Can we get a break through it? Well, let's wait and see. At the moment, yes, I'm leaning more towards the downside. If we clear it, then yes, I'll go further south. So, long story short, if we, like I said, if we clear this upside line, I'm aiming lower. GBP JPY, beautiful move. Yes, we stayed above this downside line, so we can actually get rid of it now. I think I don't like it anymore. I think it has done its job. So now the question here is, can we go a little bit to the upside? Well, I would say this way: if we do clear this 162.33 territory right here, then yes, I will go higher, because at the same time we would climb above the 200-day EMA, and potentially more buyers could join in. For the downside, I would need to see a drop below the 21-day EMA, and then I will consider a move lower. GBP USD, guys. So the picture here looks quite interesting, I would say. And yes, if we do clear this barrier, this 1.2444, I am aiming higher. At the moment, we're stuck below it. So yeah, don't rush into anything yet, guys. Let's wait and see. But yeah, if we do kind of clear this barrier, then yeah, I'm just going higher. For the downside, the same story is valid. The same scenario is valid. The 1.2126, from where I'm going to consider a move to the downside. Euro Aussie, very quickly on that one. So I haven't looked at Euro Aussie for quite a while, to be honest. And yeah, look, I mean, it's approaching this area, this key support zone near the 1.5445. But at the moment, yes, that level is kind of playing out a little bit. But I think that the main focus here will be on that 100-day EMA. If we do fall and stay below it, then yes, I'll go towards the 200-day EMA and the 1.5259. For the upside, I need to see a push above the 1.5687, and then I could consider a move higher. EURUSD, similar story. Look, I mean, I talked about this range yesterday. I said that, you know, we're now kind of ranging. So if you do like to trade ranges, congratulations. This could be, you know, an instrument for you. However, be careful whenever we get closer to one of the sides, because I mean, well, whenever we start testing one of the sides, there's strong potential for it to break. So be careful with that. At the moment, we're closer to the lower side of it, so in a way, I am leaning kind of a little bit more maybe towards the downside. But again, a confirmation break is needed, because it's not stopping it, let's say, from pushing a little bit lower, creating this false breakout, pushing, and then by the end of the day, pushing back up, and then, you know, we'll have a move back to the upside, and then maybe even we could break to the upside here further. So, you know, at this point, like I said, it's better to wait to see how this is going to play out. And finally, your USD, guys. So slowly grinding to the upside. Yesterday we had a push to closer to that 1.0936. At the moment, I would say I am waiting to see what's going to happen further. If we clear this barrier, then yes, I will go higher, but at this point I'm just observing the price action. For the downside, I need to see a drop below the 1.0763, and then we could take it from there. But yeah, this is the upside scenario, and this is my downside scenario. At the same time, if we do break below the 1.0766 right here, we could even drop below the 21-day EMA. So yeah, guys, that's it for this session. I really hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching and listening. This was a very quick session today. I tried to kind of stick to my time, basically, and just give you the information straight away. Look, in terms of the economic calendar, guys, today, just kind of be careful. We do have a few pieces of data coming out, especially the preliminary numbers from the Eurozone, from Europe, and yeah, so we have the German manufacturing, French manufacturing, services PMIs as well. So and all preliminary. The Eurozone manufacturing PMI is coming out. UK's is also coming out. From the US, we do get the we also get the manufacturing PMI, the preliminary ones. So yeah, and the services, of course, as well, preliminary. So yeah, keep your eyes on those. Could be quite interesting. But the most important thing, yeah, is have your stop loss in place, guys. Risk management, that's the most important, of course, as you know. Don't overtrade, don't risk, you know, and measure everything in percentages. So that's probably the easiest. Don't measure it in monetary value. Measure it in percentage. So yeah, and it will make your life easier. So guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.